Hello everybody, welcome to JR Jeep. This is Lance speaking. Today we're going to do a product review. This is from Stoke Voltaics the Joulle kettle pot, and we're going to put it through its paces today. This thing has 3 cooking modes: drink, eat, and pop. The first one we're going to try out is pop. And then, because I've been working all day, I'm a little hungry. I think I'm going to make some soup in it. Just some canned soup. I want to see how it reacts to that. And lastly, this does have a French press attachment, as we can see here. And we're going to give that a shot as well. But it can be used for using dehydrated meals and such. So let's have at it and see what it does. So this is electronic kettle. So I'm using this in combination with my Blue Yeti power bank. And we're going to plug this in. And for the popcorn, what we need to do is we're going to use the lid here. We're going to measure out the popcorn in the lid, and then this little section here is going to be used for the oil. So I have some more over Redenbacher. Not that I get endorsed by them or anything, but pour a little popcorn in there and then into the unit. And then I just have some regular canola oil here. Pouring that in a section of the lid, and we'll have it go in the kettle. We'll place that on top. As you can see, there's the 3 areas of cooking here. So drink, eat, pop. We are going to put it to the pop section and then push the button. Well, pardon the interruption there. I had to turn on the Blue Yeti onto the AC part. I pushed the button. You can see that's glowing now. And so now it's going. They do include a stir stick, which I may need to use when popping the corn. And as I turn this on, it is 3:36 right now. Let's see how long it takes. I can sort of smell the oil warming up a bit. While waiting for this to start popping, why did I decide to go with something like this? Well, it's a nice compact form factor. I'm not endorsed by them. I saw it and I thought I'd give it a try. They do make an electronic cooking system too. And as I have 2 Blue Yeti power banks set up for me, this one is going to go into Jeep. I just picked it up recently. Then I have a bigger unit that is actually going to go into my trailer, which I'm going to wire up this spring. That should provide plenty of power with being returned by the Blue Yeti power pack that can be installed between the battery in the Jeep and the unit to keep it charged. But also I have solar panels for the trailer, so that should keep it charged as well. So that should be a great system instead of having to carry around necessary propane. I don't know about you. I have found in certain circumstances, you get ready to pack up, get ready to go, you don't check if you have enough propane. And it always happens at the worst time, and then you're sort of stuck. So we're going to see if this alleviates that issue. The unit is getting a little warm on the bottom as well, because I know some people may be looking for last minute Christmas gifts. I apologize that it's so close to Christmas. I was a little under the weather with a creeping crud that's been going around, so it sort of waylaid my productivity as well. But I wanted to try to get this out before the holidays so that you could get it if you wished. I know this is handled through places like Amazon, the company itself who makes the product, and a number of other entities. One thing I'd really be curious about, if you've used this product, please share with me your thoughts about it. I'd really be curious. Or if you're using their full cooking system, I'd be curious about that as well, because I'm sort of looking on that, but I don't know if I should spend the money or not. I am planning on some more trips this year, and it'd be handy, just in conjunction to how quick it is. But I want to see, for instance, and hear your feedback as well. 4 minutes, I just heard the first pop. About 5 minutes right now. 6 minutes. I'm sorry, not hearing popping anymore. There's just a couple. Seems to have stopped. I'm going to shut the power off. And there we have our popcorn. And I don't know if you can see in there, not any unpopped kernels. So really well done. I'm really pleased by that, because I didn't know how it was going to turn out either. So very cool. So there you can see, little snack while I get ready for the next part of this, which is going to be heating up some soup. So hang tight. Next part's coming up. Okay, folks, it's time for part 2 of our cooking with the Joulle. So this time, we are going to put the setting to eat, because we're going to be heating up some soup. Again, there's the 3 settings there: drink, which would be for coffee, like hot chocolate and that; eat, which would be for cooking; and pop, which is the one we just used. So I'm going to set that up, and in this case, basically have a throwback to my kids' years, chicken and stars soup. Okay, so no judgments, just something I thought I'd eat today. One thing I have here today is I'm just doing it on top of the plate. Only reason being, I have heard some reviews that people have had it boil over. So being proactive, right, and this soup here. And then I got the water here to rinse this out. Perfect. And like we had previously, we're going to kick this in. It is 10 minutes to 4. So let's put the lid back on it. And we're going to let this heat up. Now, in this case, what I'm probably going to do, I have the lid on now. I'm probably going to take the lid off of it in a little bit just to check how it's doing and stir it with the stir stick. I know that may slow up cooking a little bit, but I think it might keep it from boiling over. I do hear it going pretty good already. I don't know if you can hear it, but I can hear it trying to cook pretty well here. That's why I'm sort of periodically checking this. The first thing I tried this with, which I haven't demoed with you yet, but I will in this video, is I was out on a short trip over Thanksgiving, and I tried using this as a French press that's designed to do, and it worked really well. I don't know if you can see what this is drawing. So 495 watts is what it's drawing occasionally. And then it drops down. Then 45, 46, 50. So it goes up and down. This is what I was saying. So it does boil over a little bit. So just something to be aware of. Let's open it up, see what we got. Bon appetit. Very hot. Okay, it is time for our last cook mode. So we are going to make some coffee. As I said, I filled this with water to the 16-ounce line, which they have clearly marked in there. I put the French press attachment back on the lid. And what we're going to do is switch this to the drink setting and then turn on a button. We'll let that heat up. So we're at about 5 minutes after 4 when I fired this up. Now we're just going to let it heat up. I have my coffee here and my spoon. Because after this comes to a boil, we're going to add, of course, some of the coffee grounds, let that steep for a little bit, and then do the press. Oh, helpful little tip. I don't know about you out there, but I do like coffee creamer in my coffee. Over the years, what I've transitioned from coffee creamer you buy in the store, that you buy those bottles are either this size or this size, and they range anywhere from about $4 to about $7. And, you know, it's just flavored coffee creamer and usually some preservatives. Well, you can go to a Costco and get a bottle of Bailey's Irish Cream, a huge bottle, for like 17 bucks. That's what I use for my coffee creamer. It works really well. More natural, and you're saving some money, actually. And if you want a little shot of Bailey's later on today, you can too. So it serves two purposes. So I hear this coming to a boil. Now this is on the highest setting, so you can see what it's drawing in power. That is sort of a blast from the past, chicken and stars. I recognize. Now, in my experience of doing this before, it does sense the temperature in this mode and will shut off. One thing I'm curious about is, with the boil over when making the soup, is perhaps the lid shouldn't have been on there, which I would attest to in cooking in general. So next time I try making some, I'm just going to leave the lid off, which is what I would suggest. Yes, and it's actually coming up to a boil now. That was 7 minutes. And it just shut off on its own. So 7 minutes, came to a boil, shut down. So that worked perfectly. So at this point, what we're going to do, got my coffee grounds here. Going to add a couple tablespoons full. We'll let that seep a little bit. While we're doing that, I'm just going to put the lid on top of it. So, a couple notes of this is it draws 500 watts to boil water. If you're watching the power bank while I was heating, you will get roughly 48 minutes of service off a 500 watt power bank, which would be boiling water 8 times. Now keep in mind the other two modes aren't drawing as much electricity as the boiling water mode, so you might get a little bit more out. This here is a 1,000 watt power bank, so of course I'm going to double what's given me for options. So it sort of depends how you're looking at your overlanding and how your charging is going. For me, this is going to get charged with the Jeep whenever it's running, and can be charged up fairly shortly. Worst case scenario, I can charge it up with solar panels as long as the weather's halfway decent. So, last step here. This has been sitting for a couple minutes, so now we're going to use the French press feature. Just hit the water, and of course, going to go down a little slowly. Okay. I'm going to rotate the lid. Plug this. There's a nice little handhold here for you. Little spillage, not bad. And that's excellent. Of course, you can put it more grounds if you want to. I want to thank you for watching the video today. I hope this gave you some insight on how useful this Joulle could be. And I'm going to try using this a little bit more. When I have updates, I will share those with you, like making the freeze-dried dinners and that. I think that will work well with this. In the meantime, I will share links on my Amazon channel for you that you can follow and purchase this if you'd like for yourself or for Christmas. Also to their website so you can look at it there. I want to thank you again for stopping by. I hope you loved the video as much as I like sharing it with you. Be sure to check in my other videos that are out here. They detail other accessory reviews. My review of the Trans-Wisconsin Adventure Trail this last summer, which is very enjoyable, and a number of other things. So if you like this, please give a thumbs up. Consider following the channel. I was hoping to get to 500 subscribers this year before the end of the year, and I did do that, so that's awesome. And thank you all who subscribed and followed along. I hope to build this further. Have a great day. I'll see you on the trail or maybe in the kitchen. Take care.